Here are the world's greatest health hacks from the most successful entrepreneurs and athletes, and they are bullshit. And here's why. We have worked with so many people that have made their health initiatives and their goals just a to do list. And the sad part about that is if we don't actually see the needle move, we're not going to be consistent. And if you're only pushing forward with intensity to check off all the boxes, you're not going to have longevity, you're not going to have sustainability, and you're not going to be consistent in the things that are actually going to move the needle. So, Taylor and I have talked a lot about this. It's actually a soapbox for us because it's really hard to watch people who are really passionate and want to make changes in their life go after the things they really want, but they do too much. They go in with too much intensity and then they just burn out. And so for ourselves, for many of the people that we've worked with in the athletic industry and within the entrepreneurial industry, we found that it really doesn't matter if you have the perfect to-do list, if you're listening to all the greatest health hacks, if it's not going to move the needle for you and it doesn't matter to you, and you don't start with things that actually matter, things that are going to be adding value versus causing you stress and giving you just one more thing to do, it's not going to actually move the needle at the end of the day. You're not going to see results because you're going to give up before the results even come. Or you're going to be more exhausted from trying to do all the things that it's just not going to matter. And so today we want to break down just some simple things that we've been able to actually strip away. And our concept today, we're going to really focus on how you can prune and take away things versus just slapping on more to do, trying to, get up and get the sunlight in your eyes and cold plunge and journal, and the list goes on and on. Like there's a million things that you could do for your health every single day, but what's actually going to work for you? And that's really what we'd like to propose today, is that you understand and you start to just try things on that are going to work for you, that are going to actually move the needle, and that you can stay consistent with. Because if there's not consistency, and Taylor always says, I quote him all the time because he always says, if you're not going to be able to do it for a lifetime, don't start. And so I'm super excited to hand him the mic because this is totally his lane. And we want to help you really add the things or take away the things that are or are not working for you in your health journey. Because as an entrepreneur or a high achiever or an athlete, if you're not healthy, you're not going to win at the end of the day. So Taylor, let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, you you said it best, and I think the pruning is the first step. And so when we talk about personal health, what I want to encourage everyone to think about is not what can I do more of, but what can I do more of consistently. And what I mean by that is that we have a tendency, specifically as high achievers, myself, you, Christine, the people that we work with, we are individuals that want to always be working to reach our full potential in lots of areas of our lives. One of those areas should be personal health. So I'm not advocating that we shouldn't continue to try and that we shouldn't work to really make sure that we're maximizing our personal health so that we can show up in all areas of our lives. But what tends to happen when we are operating from a place of really kind of trying to get the most out of every opportunity is that we tend to add more in an effort to maximize that opportunity, i.e., maximize our personal health. And that really just muddies the waters. And we've worked and talked to so many people that feel just as run down by their personal health to-do list, and just as exhausted and just as behind the eight ball from their personal health to-do list as they do their work to-do list or their family to-do list or anything else. And that's really where it's diminishing returns, is if those things aren't filling our cup, if they're not adding value, then it's not working. And the real hack here, one, is that there's no hacks, right? So there's no shortcut, there's no silver bullet, there's no thing that's going to get you there faster. It's consistent compounding effort over very, very, very long periods of time. Like you said, Christine, I'm an advocate of we want to extend the timeline. So when we think about our personal health, what does it look like from now until the rest of our lives? How do we set ourselves up for success sustainably so that we actually are making ourselves better, so that we feel more energized? We're able to engage in the world in a more meaningful and impactful way. And when we focus on our personal health, that's really what we're talking about, right? It's not about having a six pack, and it's not about, being the perfect weight or having that. It's about being able to engage in the world and have experiences that create an impact that we want, right? Like that's what our personal health allows us to do. A side effect of that certainly is increased fitness and mood and body composition and so on. But what I really want people to focus on, if you take nothing else away from this, is that there is no hack. And what you focus on, and the people that do it the best, do the really unsexy things consistently day after day. And I'll give you a few of those. One of them is sleep. One of them is staying hydrated. And the other one is moving at a moderate intensity consistently every day. So it's not these crazy convoluted workouts that you're exhausted in a pool of sweat at the end of the thing. Those are fine. You can do those sometimes, but you're not doing them every day because they're not sustainable and you can't do them consistently. It's getting consistent sleep, and doing that and setting your life up and building your life and your schedule in a way that prioritizes your rest. And it's eating good food and staying hydrated. So nourishing your body in a way that allows you to give energy back to the world. And those are the things that we don't talk about, right? Because they're not sexy and they happen behind the scenes and we don't really get to talk about them very much. And it's not a wearable device, and it's not a pill, and it's not a new piece of workout equipment. And it's not a new gym membership, and it's not a personal trainer, and the list goes on. And the fact of the matter is that the things that really move the needle, the things that matter most, are the things that aren't hacks, right? They're really unsexy, super simple things. And so when you think about your personal health, I want you to think about what you can take away. What can you strip away? What's the one thing you can do consistently for the next year, right? So don't think about adding more. What's another piece of equipment I can get? What's another workout I can do? Can I do X, Y, and Z? Can I, set my alarm an hour earlier so I can get my meditation in and my journaling and get the sunlight and get if that adds value and you could do that consistently, great. If it feels like a stressor, you need to take it away, right? So our personal health and our commitment to ourselves as individuals from a personal health perspective should be something that energizes us. It should be something that provides value, and it should be something that creates a value proposition in the other areas of our life that we want to really work to show up in, and really want to work to excel in. So if you find yourself with a to-do list of personal health tasks, that's a good indication that we need to start to strip away. And I know a lot of people are in that place because more and more and more hacks and more tips and tricks and best practices and things to make you live forever are in the world now. And the fact of the matter is that if you just focus on the things that make you feel good, if you prioritize a few simple things, it's the stuff you already know. It's the stuff you know makes you feel good. It's the stuff that you know energizes you. If you do that consistently, extend your timeline so it's not 90 days to get six-pack abs. It's 90 years to live the best life that you can. And what can you do every single day to make sure that you can show up consistently for yourself? So I want you to think about one thing. What's the one thing that you can do that you can really set yourself up for success? What's the one thing that really creates high value in your life? What gives you energy? What helps you show up for others better? What creates space and time for creativity or great thought or deep work? What is that thing? And I want you to prioritize that. So strip away, take away the to-do list. Don't add more. Do more consistently. And that's really going to be what creates an environment where you can thrive and where personal health is going to be at the forefront. It's going to be something that you actually look forward to and you're able to prioritize versus feeling like you have to cram it into the nooks and crannies of an already very full schedule and an already very packed calendar. So like Christine said, this is something I'm massively passionate about. I think those of us that are committed to creating an impact in the world first have to create that impact for ourselves. And that starts with our personal health. That's physical health. That's emotional health. And again, I don't think that it has to be overly convoluted. I don't think that it has to be a stressor or should be a stressor. I think that it's something that we should look forward to because we get to prioritize our personal health, But when we start to add too much to it, it becomes something that's just another task we need to check off. And I want to encourage everyone and help everyone get to a place where that's not the case. So if we could be a resource for you, you can always reach out to us. We encourage you to like this post, follow along. We'll be doing more on personal health. It's something that is a pillar of what we do at Impact Initiative. It's something that Christina and I both believe strongly in. And we look forward to being a part of your personal health journey and making sure you can prioritize yourself and create the impact in the world that you want.